Good morning, everybody. All right, so as you probably saw yesterday, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I did enter in your discussions. So here's the deal with discussions. And I didn't talk about this on the first day with the syllabus and everything, so I figured I should probably let you know. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a break on it. Normally, though, for discussions, I don't allow late work. Why do you think that I don't allow late work for discussion? It's the one type of assignment I don't allow late work for. Why do you guys think that is? Sure, maybe that's possible, but what do you guys think? Think about like the type of assignment it is. Why would I not let you turn in discussions like? Alexis? Right, yeah, exactly, that's it. I mean, if you guys are having a conversation and you like a week after the conversation's done, like you start typing stuff out, well, it's like there's no point to that. So a conversation needs to be had like somewhat in real time. Even if you're like doing it like at different times during the day, it's still like a live discussion. So I definitely want to make sure you guys know that going forward. If you guys have not done this first discussion, the digital citizenship discussion, I'm gonna give you guys a pass on it because I'm not even really having you guys actually like have a conversation with one another. Most of you will see if you've done it already. I have been leaving comments though on it, so I want you guys to take a look at the comments that I left. I haven't finished, so if you don't see one, I just haven't got to you, but I'm going down the list and just trying to respond to everybody. So make sure that you guys have done that. You can still do the Ed Puzzle, which is the digital assignment. So there's the assignment, which is the video, and then the Google Forms. And then there's the discussion, which is obviously the post about like the 4 questions. So make sure you guys are doing that. These are the first assignments, and obviously, you know, if you have like 2 assignments in the grade book and you haven't done one of them, you can kind of guess what the grade's going to be on that. So again, if you have questions, I got a lot of questions last night on Remind, and if you were one of the people, you know I did try to respond to you. So please, again, make sure that you're reaching out to me, and I will try to respond as quickly as I can. So for your warm-up today, what is your dream vacation? So for that, think about not only like where, but what would you be doing on it, you know? Like if it's like a tropical location, are you gonna be like just like hanging out on the beach? Would you be more like active? Like would you wanna go like snorkeling, scuba diving? If you're going to the mountains, like for like camping or something, would you like be hiking? What is your dream vacation? Where would you go? What would you be doing? Oh yeah, if you had a hard copy because you don't have an iPad for the discussions, I'll go ahead and put those in. Obviously, this won't count as late, so. I see some people typing, so I'll give you guys another minute or so. To me, this is actually a difficult question because for me, it's like, in a lot of ways, I don't know where my dream vacation would be because for me, it's like, I want to go everywhere. Like, I'm the type of person, like, the more places I can visit, the more places I can learn about, the happier I would be. Like next year, knock on wood, we're supposed to be going to, I'm doing has anybody heard of EF Tours before? Anybody in here? No. EF Tours is like a company, they do basically like school and like student tours, So I'm actually taking, from here, I'm partnering with another school actually from Pasadena, so between us and them, there's about 40 students. We're gonna be going to Japan actually in the spring. So there will be about a week in March where I'll be gone. It'll be like 2 weeks before spring break. So yeah, I'm taking like about 20 kids for 9 days to Japan. And so I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to do more of those tours. So if I do decide to do some, I will let you guys know if any of you are interested in signing up for anything like that. I'm also planning on just with my family going to the Netherlands next year. We were supposed to go last year, obviously, we all know that didn't happen for obvious reasons, but we actually have some friends who live in the Netherlands, because my wife, she teaches at Fresno City College, we're both English nerds, and she was in this like foreign exchange program, how it's usually with students, they actually have one like at the college level for like teachers. So this dude from the Netherlands, he's like a community college teacher, their like equivalent over there. He came and stayed with us for 2 weeks. We like met him, showed him around California. He went to Yosemite, San Francisco, LA, all that good stuff. And then about close to a year later, my wife went and stayed with him and his wife for 2 weeks. And like we've become like really good friends. So we were gonna take the entire family last year, but again, with COVID, that wasn't able to happen. So we're hoping to visit him. And my wife's bummed out because they just like had a baby like last year, but they're having another baby. So my wife gets obsessed with like visiting people and babies. So anyway. All right, what is your guys' dream vacation though? Like where would you guys want to go? Again, money wasn't an object, where would you want to go? Any volunteers before? Okay. Let's see. Angelica? What would your not favorite, but your dream vacation be?
I want to go to Hawaii because the waves are like really nice.
Have you ever been there or no?
Yeah.
Where, like, which islands would you want to go to?
Oahu.
Oahu? Yeah. I went when I was like really young, so I barely remember it. But I want to go to Maui just because that one's more like, more nature-y.
When we went to the wrong island, so we went to Maui, and we had to get a flight to Oahu.
Oh, wow. That's a big mix up there. All right, let's see. What else? Who else? Eduardo. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, if you had if money wasn't an object, where do you want to go? Would it be another country? Would it be Australia? Okay. Just because like it's like super far away and maybe really different, probably. Okay, right. See a couple kangaroos. Don't get eaten by a dingo. That'd be good. All right. Let's see. Here. Ruben. I want to Mexico. Like what part? I've never been to Mexico. I actually wanted to go to Mexico too. I've never been there. But have you been though, or okay. Where do you know where in Mexico you want to go, or? I would want to go like to southern Mexico. Like I would like to go like Oaxaca and stuff like that to the southern part, right? Does anybody know? Am I just wrong? Am I completely off in my geography? Like am I like totally like white guy and I'm like really off? Oaxaca, does anybody know or no? You guys are so quiet. What is like? Is it because it's early and you guys haven't woken up yet? Like you guys are normally still asleep? Okay, I'm gonna take it like it's that and you're just not like, ignoring me or something. So Alright, I promised you guys I was gonna give you some more time for the outline because I felt like you didn't have quite enough time to finish yesterday. So I'm gonna give you guys about 10 minutes to like kind of wrap up. Again, the outline doesn't have to be complete sentences, you should just be putting everything in the right order. Just- Okay. So again, these are the 5 paragraphs. You just need to add a little bit more detail for each paragraph as far as like what you're gonna talk about in it. So I'll give you 10 minutes. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, you guys are gonna be submitting your first 3 steps that we did yesterday. So that was retelling the prompt, so putting the prompt in your own words, which we did kind of together. Step 2 was answering those 3 questions, talking about like what the purpose of the essay is, how it's different from normal essays. And then the third step was the outline. So you're gonna be turning those in at the end of the 10 minutes, so that way we can start moving on to the actual writing. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the timer. And go ahead and work on it. And again, if you have questions, I know it's early, I know we're still waking up, but just again, let me know if you need anything or need like any like pointers or need to be just pointed in the right direction. And yeah, so those of you who don't have iPads, I gave you guys that hard copy yesterday, so just keep working on that. And if you feel like you're already done, because I see a couple of people who look like they have been outlined, again, try to maybe like add like some more details to like what you're gonna talk about. Again, it still doesn't have to be complete sentences, just like really know like what it is you're gonna cover in each paragraph. Better plan you have, the easier it'll be to write. Okay, so basically, for like step one, this is the prompt. So you would put it in your own words, which it looks like you're doing. So basically yeah, that's exactly right. So, well, actually, because you don't need to tell me like who you're talking about yet. It's just saying like, if you were to tell like a friend from like school like who's absent, like, for example, you, what would you tell them about this prompt here? Like, what would you say that they have to write about? So that's what you're doing for step one. Is just telling them not necessarily what you're going to write about, but just like what the writing in general is supposed to be about. And then afterwards, you just basically will answer these questions about this type of writing. But yeah, you got the right idea for what you're going to write about. So you'll just tell me like examples. That's basically how you're going to format the essay. So each number will be its own paragraph. And since you have to obviously that'll be more time to comment stuff, okay? All right, a little less than 5 minutes, so keep working at it again, make sure that this is done. At the end of those 5 minutes, you guys should be submitting what you got. Done? we all wrapped up? Can we start turning it in? So I'll give you guys a few minutes to start submitting it. Again, it's the assignment from yesterday, so it should be under Monday. In this week's module, it'll say steps 1 through 3. And yes, I know that there's like more in the document that needs to be done. If you have a hard copy of it, just hang on to it because if you turn it in, then you're not gonna have your outline. So just hold on to it for now. But if you have an iPad, again, just submit the Google document as is. You're not gonna lose points for not finishing the rest of it. Alright, let me see where we're at. We should all be submitting.
If I wrote that one, did I just take a picture of it?
Yeah, just take a picture. Thank you. Little less than half of you haven't turned it in still, so please make sure you guys are submitting that. You guys, just a couple more minutes to finish up. What's up? What's that? So that was we did that on Friday. So it's basically, it was about those slides we did, like, where it was like the health and wellness, security and privacy and stuff, which you can look at. And then you're just gonna answer these 4 questions, yeah. You're gonna just, it says with the group, but just choose one of the topics, right? And just, that's like 1 or 2 sentences per question or time. You refresh, see if we got some more, hopefully. Much better. Still a couple of you missing, but for the most part, and some of these people in here are absent, so obviously they're not turning it in. But for the couple of you who still need to do that, please turn it in. So thank you to everybody for getting that done. Okay, so today's goal, and this was the goal before we did the outline, so we'll see where we get with it. So hopefully we can get a decent amount, but here's what's going to be due by the end of the typo. I didn't mean period. There we go. Okay, so here's what's due at the end of the period. Introduction and your first 2 body paragraphs. Remember that your first 2 body paragraphs, this is going to be about one memory that you had with them. The second body paragraph is going to be about the second memory that you had. So the introduction, you should be telling me, like it said in the slides. Describe the person, who are they, what is their relationship to you, and then you should end your introduction telling me what is the impact, how did it change your life? All your body paragraphs, no matter for what type of essay, should always start with a topic sentence. So what is that paragraph going to be about? So obviously, this paragraph is going to be about what the first memory was. Then you explain what the memory is, why it was important to you, and then this is called a transition. You guys have probably heard transitions more about transition words and transition sentences. That's going to be a pretty big focus because my goal is, again, to make you guys more sophisticated writers by the end of this year. And the way we're going to do that is through transitions, because that's kind of what differentiates like elementary writers from high school to college. It is being able to make connections between what you talked about and what you're going to talk about next. So for your first memory, you would say something like, how is this memory similar or different to the next memory? So if I was talking about like my great grandfather, I used that as an example before, and how we went on a trip to Alaska. And then my next one is going to be about how we went on a trip to Costa Rica. So I would say, well, my trip in Alaska during the third grade was an exciting experience because I got to drive across a lot of the United States and parts of Canada. It was an even bigger experience. It was an even more important experience when I went to Costa Rica because it was my first international trip. Okay, so I made a connection to why like the two trips were different, and so you can talk about why they're different, why they're similar, why one was either more important or just, again, it doesn't have to be more important, but it could be how your next memory was different from the first memory. So again, just try to build a connection. If you don't do it perfectly, that's fine. Again, the whole point is that you try. If you try, you mess up, it's not a big deal, we can fix it. The thing I can't fix is when we don't try, So again, that's what you're gonna have for body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 2 is your second memory. So that's what I want you guys to get done today. So open up a Google Doc. Again, if you don't have an iPad, again, just get out a piece of paper and you guys can write on there. But again, we got about 28 minutes left. So I would say, and if you don't finish it 100% today, that's okay, because obviously we're not going to be done with the rough draft. But I would say probably try to do around about 10 to 15 minutes per paragraph, But you should at least get through the first 2 today. But I think if you guys push it, you guys could probably be able to get through most of the first one too. I see a lot of people using the Canvas app. Just a reminder, well, that you totally can, and I can't force you to not use it. Just remember on some assignments, it won't work for certain features. And a lot of the issues that I come across are because people are using it. Remember that we created a shortcut on the app on like the second day about sanger.instructure.com where you added it to your home screen. I would always suggest using the website over the app. I know some people really like the app, but just remember that for certain things, it won't work. So just be prepared if you come across any issues. And don't worry about titles. We'll come up with a title later. That's not a big deal. That should be like the last thing you think of, unless you just happen to have a good one. You were stuck, let me know so I can help you like work through that writer's block. And if you get stuck on the intro because you're like, oh my God, my 7th grade teacher always told me I had to have a hook for my intro. I don't care about the hook, honestly. If you don't have a hook, don't worry about it. You know, you can always, if you think of one later, but to me it's more important that you get the main, like the meat of your writing down. So please don't like spend time trying to agonize over what your hook is gonna be. Yeah, right. you go to campus and go to this week's module. And it'll be literally it'll be under resources for this week. Don't worry about 3 to 4. That's what it is. Cool. Yeah, so you just have to log in. But I'm not sure if that should work. There's a lot of slides. You're gonna have to, what I would suggest doing is with C6. It's like in the 60s or something. So. Here's what I am gonna do because I think we're gonna need more time. So I'm gonna make the first 3 paragraphs due tomorrow night because here's what happened that I saw. So most of you guys honestly are gonna have to redo the outline because I went through all of them right now and I kind of like looked at what you guys did. When you do an outline, I'm gonna read my yearbook stuff real quick. So I left comments on everybody's outlines that you just turned in, the steps 1 through 3. Most of you guys, I reassigned it to you, so you'll have to resubmit it. But this is what an outline should look like. So here are my paragraphs. So this is introduction. So for one, my Nunu, so my Italian grandfather. So B, short, dark hair, bus driver, inspired me to travel. So the first body paragraph should be about one of my favorite memories of him. So again, travel to Alaska. Trailer for 6 weeks. Showed a lot of good info about different places. So anyways, so this is intro, body paragraph 1. So when you guys are doing your outlines, this is what I'm looking for. Again, you need to notice I didn't write complete sentences like travel, arrow, Alaska, right? That's all I'm asking for you guys. So right now I'm seeing like some people did just like 4 or 5 bullet points and that was it. We need to have more information in there. So for homework tonight, I want you guys to, your steps 1 and 2 for the most part looks good, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about your outline. So please, that's the only thing I'm giving you guys for homework tonight, is to redo your outline. So I would actually suggest that you stop writing the paragraphs right now. Go back to the outline, redo, start working on them. We still got about like 5 or 6 minutes. So if you have questions about what I'm looking for, let me know so that way I can help you kind of figure it out more. But this is more what I'm looking for in the outline. So that'll be homework. We'll work on our 3 paragraphs tomorrow, but again, it's not time to pack up. We still got about 5 or 6 minutes. Actually, we're at 7 minutes, so. Work on your outlines. Let's make sure that those are like up to standards. And if you got a grade on it, like some people did get like the 10 points, so if you did, you're good. You, Anthony? I just want you guys to know that I'm not like upset or anything with you guys. I just want to make sure that we're doing this the right way. And I know most of you probably, I almost can guarantee the previous English teachers probably have not shown you to outline like this. So, so like I said, if you haven't been shown it, obviously you're not going to know what to do. But I just saw that we weren't exactly like being as detailed as we probably should. If you do it this way, like this outline, seriously, this is going to make a huge difference. When you guys go to plan your essays, it'll make it so much easier for you to write. So this is a big step in like getting rid of some of that writer's block for you. It's the planning and prepping kind of stage. So just really quick, everybody, what is due tonight? One more time, so I know we all know, what is it? Outline. Your 3 paragraphs, we're gonna do those tomorrow instead. I wanna make sure that our outlines are, complete, so that way, when we write tomorrow, that way we know what we're writing a little bit more, okay? If you guys have any questions, please send me a remind message tonight, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can, okay?